There Remains a Sabbath Rest for the People of God by Jon English Lee. Founders Ministries, Cape Coral, Florida. Read by Joshua David Ling. I dedicate this book to my lovely and patient wife, without whose support this entire project would have been unrestful. Forward. In 1977, having just left Presbyterianism and having adopted a Reformed Baptist position, I discovered that there was a controversy brewing among Calvinistic Baptists about covenant theology and the place and relevance of the Ten Commandments to be taught to Christians for sanctification. A lot of attention was focused on the Fourth Commandment as a test case for whether the Ten Commandments, as the moral law of God reflecting His nature, continues in the New Covenant for Christians. The proposed position was that no law from the Old Testament remains in effect unless it is specifically commanded or repeated in the New Testament, including the Fourth Commandment. Therefore, with this new view, there is no Christian Sabbath commanded and, perhaps, not even a required Lord's Day. Thus, all days are alike now, and there is no particular day designated for worship and rest in the New Testament. A follower of this view once sought to join our church on the condition that Wednesday night prayer meeting would fulfill the membership requirement for weekly worship. Of course, I denied his condition to join. There is a Lord's Day. I was introduced to this issue when one of the founders of New Covenant theology, and a helpful friend to my acceptance of credo baptism, visited my church to preach on assurance. He did a wonderful job. However, a member called to meet this dear brother at the member's house for a discussion. I gladly agreed. In the discussion, the preacher dismissed the validity of the Fourth Commandment for Christians today, thus nullifying the Ten Commandments as a body of moral law for Christians. His argument was that the Sabbath commandment is entirely ceremonial and no longer applies in the New Covenant. Therefore, we do not have to preach the Ten Commandments as the moral law for the Christian life, because to be under grace was to be Spirit-led, not law-led. Of course, this is a false dichotomy, since the New Testament teaches both. In this view, we are to emphasize the Spirit working in us in the moment rather than...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?